What's going on, people? Welcome to Rio's Positive POV. Today we're going to be talking about my favourite 10 sci-fi movies. But before we get to that, I just want to let people know about a competition I'm currently running. A new subscriber, when I hit 950, which is just 15 subscribers away, is going to win £100. All you need to do is show via my Twitter page at Rio's Positive POV that you're a new subscriber. And when I hit 950, I'm going to pick one and going to transfer £100 over to your account. Now that's out of the way, let's get to the 10 best sci-fi movies of all time in Rio's opinion. Before I tell you my 10 favourite sci-fi movies, I just want to put it out there that on another day, the order could change. These are my 10 favourite sci-fi movies, and I came to the 10 pretty easily, apart from one or two movies that I kind of wanted to get in but just couldn't in the end. But the order could probably go all over the place, to be honest. I absolutely adore every movie on this list, and every single one, in my opinion, is a masterpiece. But we had to do an order. So, starting off at number 10, we have Blade Runner, directed by Ridley Scott and starring Harrison Ford. This movie features one of the greatest monologues ever put on film. Harrison Ford is magnificent in this film, but for me, why I love it so much is the visuals. Aesthetically, this movie is a dream and is a sight for sore eyes. Blade Runner 2049, the sequel, is also great, but I just think Blade Runner is the superior film and is one that I go back and watch so many times. So at number 10, we have Blade Runner. Going on to number 9, we have a classic. Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey. This is a masterpiece. This is a movie that you should study if you want to get into filmmaking. There is so much done on a technical level here that it takes repeat viewings to fully appreciate the greatness that you're seeing. And don't get me wrong, the first time I watched a movie, I was mind blown. I was absolutely mind blown. But it's repeat viewings that just make me appreciate the movie so much more, and just appreciate every single thing that Kubrick was doing the whole way through the movie. Visually, it's just a dream. There are some shots in this movie that you can freeze frame and turn into pictures, honestly. There is one when they're walking through the door, walking through the ship, which, I love it. 2001 A Space Odyssey is number 9. Next up, at number 8, we have Interstellar, directed by Christopher Nolan. This movie I watched for the first time on a plane when flying to New York, and I didn't enjoy it. Yes, I was semi-cut and watching it on a small screen on a plane. So when I got home, I bought the Blu-ray, gave it another chance because I'm a big Nolan fan. And lo and behold, it is a banger. Interstellar has everything that I could want in a blockbuster. It's cinematic, it's emotional, it features great characters, it's got a unique world. Christopher Nolan has got a serious mind on him. Some of the stuff that he does just blows my mind, and Interstellar is a movie that I could watch on repeat. And it features Jessica Chastain, who's just one of the most beautiful people in the world and one of the best actors in the world as well. What is not to love? Number 8, Interstellar. Then at number 7, we have a movie titled The Terminator, directed by James Cameron, and it's actually the movie that my name comes from. I was named after Kyle Reese. So this movie has always had a special place in my heart, and it also helps that it is just a sci-fi banger. Yes, the Terminator, the visuals still stack up to this day with the CGI, and it just features so much that is just there to love. Arnold Schwarzenegger was born to play the Terminator. That movie is just insane. Michael Biehn as Carl Reese, fantastic. Linda Hamilton, yes, she's better in Terminator 2 Judgment Day when she goes full gung-ho badass. I understand that, but she is also magnificent in this movie. The Terminator will forever hold a special place in my heart, and on my top 10 sci-fi list, it's number 7. Coming in at number 6, we have Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. Directed by Irving Kershner, this is for me easily the best Star Wars movie. Features quite possibly the best twist of all time, and it's just one of the best sequels ever made. Everything about this movie is why I love Star Wars, and I know that a lot of people will watch all the Star Wars movies together and go through them all, but this is one that I'll put on just on its own, on a random one, just because of how good it is and the emotions that I get while watching the movie. Just think, there's 5 movies that I think are better sci-fi movies than The Empire Strikes Back. This list is absolutely insane if I say so myself. So let's get to number 5. Number 5 is Arrival, directed by Denis Villeneuve. This movie blew my fucking mind. I love this movie. There is just so much good here. Amy Adams, where is that lady's Oscar? This movie should have 100% earned her an Oscar. It's a travesty that it didn't, and it pisses me off to this day. Arrival is a perfect film in my eyes, and since I've watched it, it might be one of my most watched movies in the last like 5 years. I watch it a lot, and it just completely blows my mind every time I watch it. I pick up on small little nuggets every single time, and it is the epitome of a masterpiece. So at number 5 we have Arrival. Coming in at number 4 we have Jurassic Park, directed by the king of the blockbuster, Steven Spielberg himself. There are certain moments in this movie where characters are basically staring, mouth open, at disbelief in regards to what they're actually seeing. And that was me the first time that I seen Jurassic Park, and is me still to this day every single time I watch Jurassic Park. The creation of the dinosaurs is just phenomenal, as is the score from John Williams, a man who was just born to write music for film, and if it wasn't for Jaws, this would be my favourite John Williams score. I absolutely adore this movie, and it is a childhood favourite that is an adulthood favourite. So at number 4 we have Jurassic Park. Then at number 3 we have The Matrix, directed by Lily and Lana Wachowski. This movie is not just a movie to me, it is so much more. It changed my perception on so many things. My screensaver at work is the Matrix coding, and this is a movie that comes back in my mind all the time. The visuals here are nuts, and I know I've spoken about visuals a lot in this video, but that just goes without saying, because sci-fi movies are some of the best visually fucking insane movies that we have. And The Matrix is definitely one of those movies that just blew my mind. The CGI in this movie when it was made just changed the game, and I don't really fathom how they done some of the stuff they did when they made this movie. Keanu Reeves is Neo. Keanu Reeves is so much more. What an absolute legend. But his performance as Neo is unbelievable, and the fact that they even questioned hiring him for the job, and we're gonna actually hire Will Smith, who filmed The Wild Wild West instead. Wow. The Matrix is not just a movie to me, it's so much more. On my sci-fi list, it's number 3. Coming in as the runner-up at number 2, we have Aliens, directed by James Cameron. Sigourney Weaver is back playing Ellen Ripley, who in my eyes is top 3 greatest characters ever put on screen. And if you've watched my previous videos, you would know via my top 10 horror movies of all time that Alien is number 1. Aliens for me is more sci-fi than horror. It takes away some of the horror elements that was in Alien, but it adds so many different aspects as well. Aliens for me is how you make a sequel. You take loads of good from the first movie, you keep some characters from the first movie, but you add your own spice to it. Ridley Scott had something going in Alien and James Cameron had something completely different in Aliens. Both of them together are masterpieces. The added element of the army, the soldiers in this was fantastic. The comedy, the drama, the tragedy, so much was brought to this movie from those cast additions. Michael Biehn is amazing, and Bill Paxton, just one of my favourite actors of all time, is fucking insane in this movie. At number 2, we have Aliens. There, however, can only be one king, number 1, and that is Mad Max Fury Road, directed by George Miller. In this movie, Mel Gibson no longer plays Max. It is instead played by Tom Hardy, who is phenomenal as Max, but he gets outacted by Charlize Theron, who plays Furiosa. Charlize Theron is electric in this movie and put on one of the best performances I've seen in the last decade. That prequel with Anya Taylor-Joy is going to be insane, and I am buzzing for that one. The Academy, the Oscars, they seriously messed up by not nominating and letting this movie win every single award under the sun. I watch this movie all the time. I could watch this movie on repeat. I love this movie. 5-star masterpiece without a doubt. And if you don't like that, then you don't like cinema, because this is cinema. Number 1, Mad Max Fury Road. If you've stuck around until the end, thank you so much for watching the whole video. I appreciate you all the time. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a like. And if you want to see more videos, subscribe and hit the bell. And I will be back shortly with some more content for you to feast your eyes upon. Until then, I'm Rio. This is my positive POV. Thank you for watching. Peace out.